If you think you've had a hot summer, come with us to Lawrence, Massachusetts, where the heat this year has been nothing less than terrifying. The reason is fire, with more than 100 arson fires set since January. But the blazes have ignited more than buildings. They've also sparked anger, and as Bob McEwen tells us, a growing sense of alarm.
We've had 5 fires in this house, and we've probably had 3 or 4 in this house. We had fires here. We had fires here.
Kevin Ord is trying to find out who's setting his hometown on fire.
Fires on this side, a fire here, 2 fires down here. 41 or 44.
He's an arson investigator with the Lawrence, Massachusetts Fire Department.
It's been devastated. You know, it's like Dresden after World War II.
There was a time when this mill town 30 miles north of Boston was the American dream for immigrants from all over who came for the jobs in factories along the Merrimack River.
At one time or another, both sets of grandparents, my great-grandparents, if you lived in Lawrence at one time in your life, you worked in a mill.
Kevin Ord has lived in Lawrence all his life.
I was brought up here. This was a veterans housing project.
He's seen the waves of newcomers, Irish, Italian, now Latin American. He's watched the factories close one by one. And most recently, he's witnessed the ravages of the recession.
We've never seen things this bad. Absolutely never seen things this bad. The city's burning down around us. You know, crime is rampant. You know, drugs are everywhere. I don't know what we can do. I don't know what...
This town of 70,000 has seen the bottom fall out of the real estate market, leaving much property virtually worthless.
I've had 5 fires in this building since the first of the year.
5 this year?
5, and people were using this for buying and selling drugs and using drugs.
This burned-out hulk, like many others here, was a building abandoned by its owners.
It seemed like quite a few of our fires were that way. Gasoline splashed in the hallway. You can see it's taken the roof off. There's nothing left of the stairs. Some of the walls are gone. I would be afraid to send anybody into this building for fear that you're going to kill somebody for something that has no value.
No one in Lawrence believes the arson epidemic is the consequence of one culprit or one cause. Ask for a reason, the people who live here will give you a list of social ills, abandoned buildings, crime, drugs, more people out of work than working.
We do have some insurance fraud. We have some fires, vandalism-type fires. We've got some revenge fires. We've got fires that are set by drug users accidentally. There's a multitude of reasons for the fires that we have. You can't say it's all for one particular reason or all being done by one particular person.
It's very wearing on people living next to an abandoned building and praying every night that something doesn't happen.
Father Russell Ortega knows the problems of Lawrence's Hispanic community well. His parish is not only a slice of Latin America in the heart of New England, it's the flashpoint of the nation's arson capital. Ortega is the official fire chaplain, carrying a Bible and a police radio scanner, and the unofficial link between authorities and the community.
What are they feeling when the house next to theirs or the one a block over burns?
Fear.
Fear of what?
They might be next. There are some families who've come here, who've worked very hard, sometimes at a couple jobs, to get themselves a 3-decker, to set themselves up, and they've lost it by fire.
That's exactly what happened to Juan and Teresa Fujardo and their daughters, Bianca and Daphne.
We were working very hard for almost a year and a half or 2 years. 2 jobs. We were saving all the money we can in order to buy the house.
One day last February, the Fajardos came home to find this. The abandoned building next door was torched, and the fire spread to their house. Both burned to the ground.
It's really hard when we try to work together in order to get something, and then in a few minutes you don't have anything. Now I feel really nervous. Anytime we hear that